The human back is powerful and strong. It's a highly complex engineering marvel. Just when you feel it's right, everything seems to go wrong. There are days when it serves you and days when it disturbs you. The back is a wonder, an architectural astonishment not to be compared. And yet within its strength lies fragility. Within its mechanical wizardry lies vulnerability and oftentimes pain. I'm Sandy Freeman. Welcome to Prevention's Beat Backache. From the executive to the construction worker, from the football player to the office secretary, sooner or later, backache will strike 4 out of 5 Americans. It will require more than 19 million doctor's visits, which will cost Americans $23 billion this year alone. It is the second reason why Americans stay home from work. The first is the common cold. When backache strikes, it's like the end of the world. But really, it doesn't have to be. And that's what we're here to talk to you about. During this program, we'll be visiting with doctors and other health professionals who will be discussing many approaches to back pain and different ways of preventing it. And, let me introduce you to Henry. He's a little bit shy and doesn't talk very much. So I'll talk to you about the magnificent design of the back. Because yes, it all begins right here, with the spine and its 24 vertebrae, and spinal cord running from the brain to the tailbone, nerve fibers, ligaments, supporting muscles, and connected muscle groups.
Your spine itself is truly a mechanical wonder, strong enough to support the weight of the whole upper body, flexible enough to allow the neck and torso to bend and stretch. And additionally, your spine must be strong enough to withstand powerful mechanical forces and to perform the crucial role of protecting the vital nerves of your spinal cord. As an aid to performing that role, your spine curves delicately forward at the neck and lower back, delicately backward at the mid-back and tailbone. The spine itself is a column of connecting bones known as the 24 vertebrae. Each vertebra is supported by an intricate system of muscle and ligaments. Each is separated by a spongy pad, the disc. They act as shock absorbers. The vertebrae are divided into 7 cervical vertebrae at the neck. Next are the 12 thoracic vertebrae corresponding to the 12 ribs of the rib cage. Next are the 5 lumbar vertebrae running from the ribs to the hips. This is the location of most backaches. Finally comes the sacrum, a series of fused vertebrae and the 4 tiny bones of the coccyx or tailbone. Inside your spinal column is the spinal cord, a collection of nerve fibers that connect the brain and the body. Crucial too for many back pain problems is the sciatic nerve running from the lumbar spine down through the legs. We usually take all this for granted, of course, but the key role of all these players cannot be overestimated. Without the column of the spine, we could not stand. Without the cord, we could not live. And neither column nor cord could function without a key supporting cast. The muscles and ligaments directly supporting the spine, and the many other major muscle groups interacting with the muscles directly supporting the spine, are interconnected in a series of delicate balances, which we ourselves must play a part in maintaining. For example, by gaining too much weight or simply letting your abdominal muscles get flabby, you are burdening your spine with as much as 50% more stress. Let your muscles go flabby in the upper body, and you are adding another 30% more stress. Of course, the opposite is true too. Tone your muscles here and here, and you are helping to reduce the strain on your spine. It's through our own efforts that we can help keep this mechanical wonder in balance and harmony.
What causes back pain? Life is great, but maybe not so great if those sudden twists and turns throw your lower back out. And if it had, you'd be smarting from a pretty painful injury. A type of injury called sudden trauma in doctor's parlance. There are hundreds of causes that bring on back pain, but these sudden, split-second injuries are some of the most common. A sudden fall which compresses the bones and discs of your spine. A sudden strain from lifting something heavy. sudden trauma can be mighty painful. There's another kind of trauma called chronic trauma, a milder injury taking place over a long period of time. Something like sleeping on a poor mattress night after night, or sitting on a chair all day long with no proper back support. Think of your poor body forced to sit in the same position day after day. No wonder your back complains. Then there's posture, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Can any of us forget our grade school posture lessons? Maybe Mrs. McGillicuddy was right to nag us. In fact, many of us have forgotten the old lesson, and it turns out that bad posture happens to be the most common underlying cause of adult backache pain. Besides making you feel better, good posture can add a certain, shall we say, je ne sais pas. And what about all the tension and stress that we carry around? It really starts to show up after a while. Would you just stop? You're being one pain in the neck, so would you just stop?
Look, Sam, you just gotta get off my back. Just leave me alone.
This job is some backbreaker. I'll never pull through it.
Would you believe it? He stabbed me in the back. My own brother-in-law. I thought we were family.
Stress really does play a big role in back problems. Stress and tension in the mind, combined with the fatigue that comes with worries, can indeed transform themselves into real problems. And one of the first places it settles is the back. When these muscles get tired, they can't perform their supportive functions. That's when they can go into spasm and cause severe pain in the lower and upper back. One of the most agonizing back problems is the slipped disc.
Do you know what a slipped disc is?
It's an Olympic game.
A bad rock group.
It's in your back, and it's this jelly-like circle. And if you don't stand up straight and have poor muscle tone and never take care of your body, you'll have a slipped disc.
Let's take a look at a disc. A disc is a cylinder of collagen that acts as a cushion between the vertebrae. A disc doesn't actually slip, rather it herniates, which means that part or all of it bulges out from its usual sitting position between the bones. The irony is that this condition, like other back conditions, is usually derived from an injury that was neglected in its early stages. One of the conditions I see a lot of is arthritis. Arthritis describes an inflamed joint where two bones meet. Statistics show that it affects 1 out of every 7 Americans. There are different types of arthritis. Two of the most common are osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis. Osteoarthritis affects 16 million Americans and is usually diagnosed after the age of 50. Surfaces of the back joints slowly wear out, just like the brakes on a car, causing stiffness and pain. The best form of relief from osteoarthritis is exercise, which keeps the joints from freezing up and improves mobility. Rheumatoid arthritis is also very common. It's caused by the thickening of the membrane that surrounds the joint, making the joint feel hot and swollen. 3 out of every 4 afflicted are women, usually between the ages of 25 and 50. Most people wait an average of 4 years after their first symptoms before they seek treatment. That's why it might be beneficial to review some of the early warning signs. Swelling in 1 or more joints, early morning stiffness, constant or recurring pain or tenderness in the neck, lower back, knees, and other joints, inability to move a joint or any part of your body as you used to, warmth or redness in a joint, unexpected weight loss, fever, or weakness combined with joint pain. Luckily, there are ways of helping with the pain and stiffness. One is to keep the weight down. The last thing a joint already under stress needs is more weight to support. Also, fatty foods reportedly aggravate the swelling and stiffness, while low-fat foods reduce those symptoms. Aspirin and nonsteroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, including ibuprofen, naproxen, and indomethacin, are effective when taken in the correct dose. By reducing the inflammation, they get rid of the pain. Of course, it's important that you consult your own physician before you embark on any drugs. Exercise is another must. Besides helping to nourish the joints, exercise increases the strength and flexibility of the muscles and ligaments surrounding the joints. When strength increases, pain decreases. Some of those exercises will be demonstrated later on the program.
Can you predict foul weather with the aches and pains in your body?
I don't know.
By the aches and pains in my head, I get a really bad sinus headache. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can predict hurricanes. Yeah.
It's very possible to predict weather changes using your aches. In fact, people with rheumatoid arthritis experience more pain when the humidity increases and barometric pressure drops. Many of my women patients have lately been concerned about osteoporosis. The disease is epidemic among older Americans, being 4 times more common in women than in men. Ironically, osteoporosis is also one of the most easily preventable diseases by maintaining adequate calcium intake and absorption. But if osteoporosis is left to progress on its own, menopausal changes will let the bones get thin and porous as calcium is lost. Estrogen can help stop some of the tiny fractures that occur, called microfractures, as well as reduce the risk of major breaks. But to help prevent this condition, my advice to any woman is to get started as early as possible on a program designed to build up bone strength, and also to make sure they get enough calcium and vitamin D. Women require 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day in their diet. This much calcium can be obtained by consuming 3 to 4 glasses of low-fat milk a day or 3 to 4 containers of low-fat yogurt. If that's a lot of dairy product for you, a calcium supplement can make up the difference. Other sources of calcium include a variety of beans, seeds, nuts, and green leafy vegetables. To get vitamin D, try to spend a few minutes in the sun every day or eat fish like mackerel or halibut.
Chiropractic is based on the relationship between the spine and the nervous system and the restoration and maintenance of health. The spinal cord is the lifeline between the brain and the rest of the body. The vertebrae make up the spine and enclose and protect that lifeline. Vertebrae can become fixated and cause spinal misalignment, pain, and degeneration, which can cause many problems in other parts of the body as well. X-ray studies can demonstrate that chiropractic adjustment is successful in relieving many different kinds of back pains and ailments because it can restore normal alignment and movement of the spine and enhance the overall function of the body.
When I was in school, I remember something called the limbo. And how can I forget another milestone called the twist? It looks like murder on the back, doesn't it? When we're young, it seems like we can get away with anything. But can we really?
Well, it is true that the back and spine are far more supple when a person's very young. Small children take all sorts of tumbles, but they're so relaxed their spills rarely lead to injury. On the other hand, our education of the young is tremendously lacking in terms of teaching them early in life how to take care of their backs. This is one of the main reasons back problems are so prevalent in the adult population, and working towards starting a program in the school system would address this serious gap in our education. Approximately 80% of back problems are derived from poor postural habits and repetitive motions, like bending with a straight leg to pick up an object, as opposed to the correct way of bending the knees and lifting with the legs, or lifting heavy objects, boxes, with a straight leg and a flat back, with the weight away from the body, or twisting with the spine with a heavy weight, as opposed to the correct way of bending the knees, pulling the weight close to the body, lifting with the legs, and turning with the entire body when carrying heavy weights. When sitting for long periods of time, we find ourselves moving forward in the seat, slumping the low back into the back of the chair, shoulders hunched forward, as opposed to sitting deep in the chair, stomach muscles tight, and shoulders relaxed. As a physical trainer, my clients learn everything from spinal anatomy to improving their posture. They learn the right way to stand and the right way to sit. They learn new ways to approach their daily activities, sweeping, vacuuming, getting into and out of a car, gardening, or new moves in their favorite sports.
What kind of mattress do you sleep on?
We sleep on a very, very, very hard mattress.
Waterbed. We sleep on a waterbed.
No.
I sleep on a waterbed unless my wife's mad at me, then I sleep on the couch.
For those of you who do sleep on a bed, try not to sleep on a hard mattress. If it is hard, try getting a sheepskin or egg crate foam mattress that's at least 1/2 inch thick, preferably 1 inch thick. Make sure that the bed is level with no sags and just firm enough to support your lower back. Sleep on your side with your knees pulled up at a right angle to your body, fetus-like, with a pillow between your knees to prevent the outside leg from falling over the bottom leg. And if you sleep on your back, put a pillow under your knees. And a pillow under your neck can help soothe and support your neck muscles while you're sleeping. Now, I've got some other tips for your tender backs. Invest in a good chair, any one that's ergonomically designed with a healthy, happy body in mind. Your chair should be suitable to the task. The height of the backrest, as well as the seat, should be fully adjustable. And you should be able to tilt it back and forth as well as up and down. Someone once said that engineers studied the human back and learned to construct powerful bridges from that intricate design. Bridges across waterways made of concrete and steel. Well, we've talked about some of those bridges, some of those connections where hopefully you can apply these tools and integrate them into your life. Now, in a moment, Ann Kreiner, our physical trainer, will guide you through some visualization techniques and helpful exercises for your back. I'm Sandy Freeman, and it's been a pleasure to have been your host. Welcome. I'd like to show you some activities that will help to strengthen and protect your back in your day-to-day life. We sit at desks, we stand at counters, we work at kitchen cabinets. I'd like to show you a few ways to ease the tension in your back. If you're going to be standing at a kitchen counter, you can always open the cabinet door, place 1 foot up to help keep that low back in alignment as you work. Or if in an office setting, you work with a desk and chair, take a couple of phone books, place them on the floor, elevate the knees a little bit, and adjust the back height of the chair so you can comfortably support your spine so that you can work effortlessly and with ease. There are alternatives to regular desk chairs. You can also buy alternative chairs that will help you get your back in alignment, where you tuck the knees under and sit nice and tall. By looking at the way you sit, the way you stand, and posture, and the more you learn about your back, the healthier and stronger you can be. I'd like to teach you some activities you can use throughout the day. You can do them seated on the floor, seated in a chair, at a desk. I'd like you to start in a seated position. If you were in a chair, of course you'd be knees together and in front. You're going to start by reaching the hand to the back of the knee. Round that back chin to chest so that you can hold the stretch. A variation, if you're not comfortable sitting, you can pull the knees up and apart, round that back to stretch that low spine, sitting tall, holding each stretch for several seconds, rounding the back, holding the stretch, and sitting tall. If at any point during the day your spine is tired, you can use shoulder shrugs to release the neck. You can work with the legs in front of the body and just turn the torso and relax the shoulder down and forward. The emphasis is to release the tension between the shoulder blades and release the tension in the low back. These can all be done seated in a chair or in a car on a long trip to release that back. You can reach forward, rounding the back again, and sitting tall. I'd like you to cross your legs right now. I'd like to teach you some ways to release the neck and shoulders. Hands are relaxed in a comfortable position, shrugging the shoulders up and relaxing the chin to the chest. As you release each one of the stretches, allow your mind and your body to relax for just a moment as you hold each stretch.
Shrug the shoulders up once more. Release the shoulders. Drop the chin to the chest. Hold that stretch. Pulling your hands to the side on the floor. Lift the head tall. Let the head fall to one side. Bring the hand up. Let your fingertips very gently rest on the side of the head. As your fingertips create a little bit of resistance for the stretch, I want you to try to lift your head and press against your hands so that you feel your fingertips pressing against your head. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale and release the hand and let the head relax once more. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, bring the head back up and repeat the same activity. As you gently press with the fingertips, resist with the head. You'll feel a slight contraction as you engage the muscle down the side of your neck. Release, take a deep breath, and relax the head, and let the chin fall forward to the chest, releasing the back side of the neck. Let's repeat this exercise to the other side. The head falls to the shoulder. Fingertips come up. You create a slight resistance with the fingertips and press with the head, feeling a slight tension through the neck area. Hold the stretch. Press. Take a deep breath. Exhale, release the hand and relax the weight of the head. Hold the stretch. Slowly bring that hand up again. Press with the fingertips. Take a deep breath. Exhale and let the head fall sideways. Feel a release. Nice deep breath. Drop that chin to the chest and hold it. Lift that head. Now take one arm up. Reach and lift. So that you feel a good stretch all through the muscle down the side of your body. For these muscles wrap around the rib cage and support that low back. Hold that stretch. And release the arm. Let it relax to the floor. Other side. Bring the arm up and reach. Notice my other hand is on the floor, supporting the upper body weight. Get a good stretch. You'll feel it all through the side of the wrist. Nice deep breath. And release it. Pull the knees up, supporting your body weight. I'd like you to roll backwards. Use your hands to come back and release the shoulders to the floor. In this position, the low back will come slightly off the floor. I want you to press with a pelvic tilt, pushing the low back into the floor. You'll feel the muscles on the front of the torso tighten. And release the back so the chest comes slightly up. And press that pelvis low back into the floor again. This time I'd like you to bring your right knee up in the air and hold that stretch. Slowly bring the nose up to the knee. You'll feel a tightness in the front of the chest. You'll feel the muscles in the stomach working. Slowly release the head and neck. Drop the legs slowly to the floor, keeping the low back flat. Left knee comes up. Hold that stretch. Easy stretch. Hold it. The knee comes up. Hold it. Feel the muscles in the stomach contract. And release the shoulders first. And bring the leg down. And again, with just the pelvic tilt, push the low back in the floor. Hold it. And relax it. Extend the legs one at a time. Roll onto the stomach. We're going to work into strengthening the muscles of the low back. I want you to bring your hands up under your head. The feet are relaxed on the floor. Looking straight down at the floor. Take a nice deep breath. And in order to protect that low back, tighten the muscles in your stomach. Press the hips in the floor and feel the buttocks muscles contract. As you lift the head and shoulders, gently hold. And slowly down 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Relax the head down. And begin again. Slowly up 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now hold it. 5, and 6. Lower down on 7 and 8. Bring it up again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And hold it. 5, 6. Lower down. 7 and 8. Let's do this one more time. Slowly up. And hold it. And slowly bring it down. Now tighten the gluteal muscles, the back side of the hip again. Press the hips into the floor. And with your right leg, we're going to begin to lift. Right leg goes up. Right leg up, 2, 3, and hold it there. Really work to keep those stomach muscles tight and firm. And slowly down. Other leg, lift it, hold it. Check those abdominal muscles, keep them nice and tight. And slowly lower it down. Other leg, lift, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and slowly lower it down. If at any time your back feels tired, please feel free to stop and rest. And lower it down. Take a moment to relax the head. Release that low back. Now the next exercise changes a little bit. We're going to bring the right elbow up. Slowly lift the elbow up. Hold that stretch. 4, 3, 2, and slowly lower it down. We're going to move to the other side. Left arm, bring it up. Slowly bring it up. Tighten those stomach muscles to keep those hips pressing in the floor. And slowly lower it down. Other side, lifting up. Use the hand against the forehead to support the weight of the head. And slowly lower it down. Last time, up. And hold it. 4, 3, 2, and slowly lower it down. Nice deep breath. Check the pelvis tilting again. Get in alignment. We're going to create a new exercise by using legs and arms. Take a nice deep breath. Stabilize. Here we go. Right arm comes up. Left leg follows. Hold it. For 4, 3, 2, and release. Changing sides. Gently hold it. 4, 3, 2, and release. Repeat that one more time. Bring it up. Hold that stretch. Support the head with the hands. Slowly release. Change sides. Left arm up. Right leg lift. Slowly lower it down. Roll over onto your side. Let's release the back before we move on. Bring the knees in front of the body. Relax the head. Yeah, and pull the knees up a little farther toward the chest. Lying on the side. And let the low back relax. Rolling now slowly onto your back. Push the low back in the floor. We've worked to strengthen those muscles on the back side of the body. Let's work on strengthening the muscles of the stomach. Place the hands behind the head to support that body weight. Push your low back in the floor and keep the knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift the shoulders up and slowly drop them down. Lift up for 2 and back. Now leave the right hand behind the head. The left arm, bring it forward and slide that hand right up to the knee. Feel all of the muscles on the front side of the body. Tightening, getting stronger, and supporting that low back and back. Now with a tempo, reach up and back. Lift the shoulders and back. It's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Slowly drop it back, change the hands. Other arm up for 2 counts and slowly back for 2. As you begin the program, you may have to stop and rest a few times.
But each time you complete the series, you'll feel stronger and more capable. Push up and back. Now check yourself right now. Is that low back still in the floor? Good. Tempo, reaching up and back. Reach up and back. Continue. Lift. Lift. Good. Reach 4 more. 3. 2 more. Last one. And relax the shoulders. Take your right leg up and cross the ankle right over the knee. Bring the hand back behind the head. The other arm extends out. Take the elbow up and over and back. Take it up and over and back. So that now we're adding those muscles that we stretched earlier, the muscles that wrap around the rib cage and help to support that low back. Take it up and back. 1 more. And back. Now reach with the hand. Reaching right across the knee. Shoulder up and back. 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. And relax. Drop that right foot down. Take that left foot up and cross that ankle. The arm is straight out. Hand supports the weight of the head. 2 count lift. Lift up for 2. And back for 2. The key here is becoming more aware of how the muscles move and support one another. Feel the muscles on the front side of the body contract and protect and work with those muscles on the back. Cross it over and back. Again, cross over and back. Cross over and back to tempo with the arm reaching. Press it up. 2, 3, 4 more. 2 and 1. And release. Take this knee up in the air and pull that knee to the chest and relax the neck. Another important component is flexibility. We want the muscles on the back side of the leg to stay flexible so they keep the pelvis in proper alignment. Keep the shoulders and neck relaxed. Just gently hold that stretch. Take a nice deep breath. Now take the knee very slightly across the body. Nothing extreme. The arm comes out to the side to balance the weight. Gently hold. Bring it back to the center. And pull it once more, knee toward the chest. You can bend the knee a little bit more. And take that hamstring up toward the knee, out of the activity, if you feel tightness or pressure in the back of the knee. Gently hold it. Slowly drop that foot to the floor. And let's do the other side. Bring that knee in. Gently hold. Shoulders, neck, and facial muscles relax. Let the mind begin to wander. Allow all of the tension from the face to relax. Hold the stretch. As you stay in the stretch, you'll notice the muscles will begin to relax. As you feel that gentle relaxation of the muscle, gently pull the knee a little closer if you feel comfortable. Gently bring that knee across the body and hold the stretch. Keeping the opposite shoulder flat on the floor, low back down. And pull that knee in and hold it. Nice deep breath for 4 more counts. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly drop that knee to the floor. And let the knees open out so that you begin to feel a stretch all through the inner portion of the hips, the inner thighs. Nice deep breath. Pull those knees back together pelvic tilt. Push that low back into the floor. And release. Push that low back in the floor. And release. Last time, and then we're going to add a new twist to this pelvic tilt. And release. Now pelvic tilt and hold it. 2, keep the tilt and don't release it. Slide the hands up the knee and hold it. 2, 3, and 4. Now slowly roll it back. Slowly. Drop that head, release the pelvic tilt. Pelvic tilt again. Slowly reach up for those knees. Hold it and slowly roll it back. 2, 3, and release. Pelvic tilt first. Hold it. Reaching up. Slide those hands up. And hold it. Roll it back. Pelvic tilt. Hold it. And reach it up. Stay here for an isometric contraction. If you feel tension in your neck, take the hand behind the head. Keep the head supported. And release. From this position, arms out to the side, the knees roll very gently to the side. Hold that stretch. You'll begin to feel a stretch all through the outer side of the hip and waistline. Pull those knees in, feet flat on the floor. Push that low back down into the floor as you roll across. And a nice easy stretch. In order to maintain a nice healthy spine, we want to stay active, working with a combination of activities that stretch and strengthen. Pull those knees up to the center. Extend one leg straight. And now pull that knee in. So now we're going to work with the hip flexor stretch. The bottom leg stretches. Hold it. Deep breath. Drop that leg. Change the position of the leg for a final stretch. The bottom leg stays long and straight. The top leg bends. Nice deep breath. Slowly drop that foot. Place both feet flat on the floor. The feet will be slightly apart and let the knees relax together. If you're not comfortable in this position, you can place a bed pillow or 2 under your knees and let the knees relax, and the pillow will support your leg weight. Shoulders are released, palms are up. I'd like you to close your eyes and take a moment to visualize the curves in your spine. See the tailbone as it curls, moving into the low spine, traveling up through the shoulders and neck. In this position, visualize all of the small bones of the body, the vertebrae and the disc, equally spaced, evenly placed, with no tension or pressure. Visualize the openness between the vertebrae to allow free and easy movement of the disc. Begin to visualize the nervous system. See the small branches of the nerves and blood supply travel out through each of the vertebrae, traveling to the muscles and organs. As you visualize the spinal column, push your low back firmly into the floor with a pelvic tilt. Take a deep breath. On the exhalation, relax the spine. The low back will come off the floor. Take a nice deep breath. Open the shoulder blades and push the point between your shoulder blades flat against the floor. The muscles in your chest will tighten. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, surrender the shoulders to the floor and feel the chest expand and open. Take a nice deep breath and shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Inhale, take a deep breath. Exhale and push those shoulders down and away from the ears. Feel the muscles in the neck relax. Visualize all of the bones in the shoulder and chest in a straight, even line. The scapula, the shoulder blades are relaxed into the floor. Take a deep breath and jet the jaw to the ceiling, pushing upward. It will create an arch in the neck and the head will tilt. Take a deep breath, pull the chin back into place, lengthen the neck, and visualize all of the small bones of the cervical spine lengthening like a swan. And release the muscle neck and facial area. Feel the jaw relax. Feel the weight of the head surrender to the floor. Eyelids soft and smooth. With each exhalation, bring your awareness now into all of the contact points where the spine meets the floor. Allow the heaviness of the body to move toward the floor through these points of contact. As the heaviness leaves the body, all of the muscles on the front and back side of the torso feel balanced, in harmony with one another. The muscles on the front of the pelvis and the back of the hips relax and find their perfect place to balance the pelvis, leaving the body released and relaxed.